Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm Nicole. I'm a homeschooling mom to a 7, 5, and 2-year-old, and we're currently 9 weeks into our homeschool year, and I wanted to give you guys a term update. Okay, so I am in a little different of a location than usual because the sun is very bright, especially where I normally record. Anyway, so sorry, very bright sun today. And my husband and boys are playing on the trampoline right now, so you'll probably hear them yelling and having a great time. Okay, so first I wanted to talk to you guys about what we're reading, and I totally forgot to bring in the main book I wanted to talk about, so I'm going to do a picture of it. I don't know if it's pronounced Wilder Lore or Wilder Lore. Let me know in the comments if you know how to pronounce it. Anyway, I am personally loving it. Like, I'm having a hard time ending at one chapter, but that's all my 2-year-old will let us read. And it's just really good, and I'm so excited to see that it is a 7-part series. Really loving that. So we're doing that along with our Brave Writer book study, and that is also going well. I think I talked about it in one of my last videos, but where I talk about all of my 2nd graders language arts. So it's going really well. We are in the 3rd or 4th week of it. I'm not quite sure, but I really like it, and it's also motivating me to stick with the read aloud and like be consistent with finishing it, because we haven't done a ton of like lengthier thick books, maybe like Harry Potter, but since it's nostalgic for me, that one's like very easy for me to stick with. So anyway, we are really liking that, and so is my 7-year-old. And then let me see, I'm going to show you guys a couple other books that we are liking. So my kindergartner, I grabbed 2 that he's liking. His favorite is definitely like Fly Guy, and I think he's read all of them, which it was really fun to see him actually, like, he sits down and he kind of like whisper reads aloud because it helps him still. See, my face is like going red now from the sun, but I don't know, it's really sweet. He'll be like, you know, trying to sound it out. So these are pretty good ones as far as like words on the page. And then I talked about these Jack books before, and then the one that I had talked about, I was like, oh wait, I don't like that one, the story in it. But this is the 2nd one that I found that isn't horrible, and I do really like the amount of words on the page for a 5-year-old, and the challenge level of those. For my toddler, I actually brought a few books in that she's liking right now. I don't think I've done that yet. Owl Diaries. So she grabs her own books at the library, and typically they are like from the very first section, which has like 400-page books with no pictures. But finally she found one that she actually likes. So I'll probably be getting more of these because she really enjoyed that. And then Ladybug Girl, which I think is actually popular, but I've never read it until recently when we started getting them from the library. So I actually bought one for her, which I will try to remember to talk about in a second what I bought it for. And then Agent Lion, from the same author as Ladybug Girl, I believe, or illustrator, I'm not sure, but it's so funny. I was hoping this was a series, but it's not, unfortunately, but this is hilarious. My 5 and 7-year-old also enjoyed it, so it's not just a toddler thing. Okay, and then for my 2nd grader, he's been very interested in choose your own books. He'll just sit and look at them for so long and go back and try to get the right path, which I totally remember doing as a kid. And this one worked out. I can't remember if I picked this one or not. I kind of think my son picked it. And it goes well because we're actually about to study Greece, and so it's like Greek mythology. So that worked out well, and then he likes this one. And then another one of these mystery ones. So I had told you guys about this one last time, and I mentioned that I thought it was a series, but then my library only had a bunch of copies of that same one, so I wasn't sure. And then my 5-year-old actually spotted this one at an end cap in the library and said, hey, isn't this the mystery book Cooper likes? And so it was perfect, so we got that one too. Okay, I had a pause, now I'm back. Okay. So good screams, I promise. Oh yeah, we just got the trampoline. My mother-in-law, so my brother-in-law had bought it for my mother-in-law's house. She didn't want it anymore, so she gave it to us because we've been thinking about getting a trampoline for a long time, but they're just so ugly, you know. We just never wanted to spend money on it. But now we got a free one and they're loving it and it worked out great. So back to books in school. So that's all they're reading way more books than this, but these were kind of the ones that stood out that I thought I'd show you guys. For morning time, we've been keeping it very simple lately. I'm just doing Wonderful, and then as a bookmark, I'm just keeping some of these art cards from Memoria Press. We usually just do 2. I don't remember why I have 3 in here. I think I wanted to do People, but then I saw that one, I really liked it, and I already had that in there. So it's cool because they're actually starting to recognize some artist names and pictures a little bit. So we just read our Wonderful, so a passage from the Bible, from Psalms, and then read this. It sounds like they're saying my name, but I don't think they are. And we talk about the pictures. So it's really fast and easy because I like to do math in the morning with breakfast, like at the end of breakfast, so then we can just check it for the day. So keeping morning time, just kind of condensed, and then we go on the couch and read. But I'm sure if you guys have watched my videos, you already know that because I've talked about my schedule a ton this year. Okay, and then I think this is kind of my last schoolish update. For science, I ended up getting slightly ahead. I was trying to get ahead for everything, which I'll talk about in a sec too. But we are starting into this Simple Machines, and it goes along with a book. And so this is all the stuff he's gonna build. I say he because it's mostly my second grader. My kindergartner will help some. But we do Noeo Physics 1. And I'm just like really looking forward to that. I think it's gonna be really fun and very hands-off for me because he builds like really tricky Legos by himself, and I think that's going to be a really similar thing. I guess we have also been doing quite a few of the hands-on histories for our history geography. So this is a game that we just made. So they like made all the little clay pieces and then painted the wood sticks, and we've been playing this every day. It's actually very fun. I like it a lot. And we have another one coming up. I had to pick from a few actually because I bought World Cultures and World History. I hope that I don't miss my sourdough getting finished in the oven because I set it for 11 minutes. Getting close. Anyway, Desert Lap Book, it's going to take a few days to do. We've got some field trips coming up. We have 2 weeks in a row we've got field trips actually. And then music class is going pretty well as also, but I'm just not very great at like practicing it with them because I'm just not really musical. Okay, and then today, the reason I've got this like thick coat on and no makeup or anything, we started work on our barn. I actually filmed a little bit of it, so I am going to make a like getting ready for goats video when we are there. But so today is October, it's almost Halloween, and which just reminded me of the last thing I want to talk about. I probably won't get goats until January is what I'm thinking, like after Christmas time. So we are starting building that. We got the first gate in and the first post, and we have a lot of clearing out to do. Okay, and then the last thing, I mentioned that I bought my daughter a Ladybug Girl book, and that is for what's called, so I really dislike encouraging Tooth Fairy, Santa, all of that stuff. I'm not really into it. I'll like play along with the kids, but I won't encourage it. The first thing that I've ever done is Switch Witch and encouraged, because I don't know if you guys have heard of it. If you haven't, I think I talked about it last year too. Is they take all of their candy that they've collected for trick-or-treating. Once again, sorry for like not really being able to see my face. And they leave it out, kind of like your tooth for the Tooth Fairy, I suppose. And then the Switch Witch leaves you a present that you have personally picked out and you know what's coming. My 7-year-old, and it's a small present. The Switch Witch eats so much candy that she spends all of her money at the dentist, so she doesn't have much money to spend on her gift to trade for candy. Okay, I don't know if everyone says that. That's what we say. So it's about a $10 gift. And my 7-year-old wanted baseball cards, so I got him like all these packs from that are older. They look kind of cool. And then my 5-year-old wanted a small Lego set, so he got a small Lego set. And then I got the Ladybug Girl book for my daughter, who she's not gonna understand Switch, so I'm not sure how well that'll go over if she's gonna keep asking for it, but I'm gonna have to explain that to her. So yeah, I highly recommend it. You could go about it, you could think of your own way. You could just say you're gonna trade it. It doesn't have to be Switch, I suppose. Which the boys probably don't really believe in it anymore, but they're going for it. Okay, I'm starting to get rambly. So that is, I think that's a pretty much update on our first term. It's gone so well. I was thinking about it, and I kind of feel like a sailboat when they're like going slightly through the water and those like soft ripples. That's how I feel like our year is going. It's just like smooth sailing, you know? And did want to mention, it's not to say it's without its like hard points. My toddler yells at me almost every morning that I'm doing our read aloud. Sometimes she'll be distracted by an activity, but I would say at least half the days she is just yelling at me while I do the read aloud. And my 5-year-old lately has been fussy during math, so I need to figure out something else about that. So it's not perfect, but it is like, I'm very grateful for how well it's going because I know how bad it can be. So yeah, let me know how your guys' year is going. If you have goats and you have any tips for me, I'm getting very excited and looking so much forward, especially the kids. We went to the hardware store and got all the wood and with the whole family. And then follow me on Instagram, by the way, because I've been posting about this stuff a bit. And when we got home from the hardware store, my daughter, my 2-year-old, goes, "Where are the goats? I'm so excited. I can't wait to see the baby goats." So cute. I was like, oh, don't quite have them yet. Okay, so that's everything. Make sure to subscribe and you can see all of my updates coming up. And yeah,